drives me wild. I like to hit him on the head until he's dead. The sight of blood is such a high. Ooh, 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 ooh. He gives me head. We made it on a ballroom blitz. I took his arm and kissed his lips. He looked at me with such a smile, my face turned red. We booked a room into the Ritz. Ooh, 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 ooh. He gives me head. Jet boy, jet girl, gonna take you around the world. Jet boy, I'm gonna make and penetrate. I'm gonna make you be a girl. Ooh, 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 ooh. Jet boy, jet girl. And though I'm only just 15, I like to kick, I like to scream. And even if I have a kick or two in bed, when I'm with him it's just a dream. Ooh, 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 ooh. He gives me head. Jet boy, jet girl, gonna take you around the world. Jet boy, I'm gonna make and penetrate. I'm gonna make you be a girl. Ooh, 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 ooh. Jet boy, jet girl. The other day, what a surprise, I saw him with some other guys. God, he was dressed up with a girl around his neck. I could have cried with both my eyes. Ooh, 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 ooh. He gave me head. And if or when I make it through, or if my brain is stuck on glue, and when the world tries to forget all that I said, I still remember you. Ooh, 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 ooh. You gave me head. Jet boy, jet girl, I'm gonna take you around the world. Jet boy, I'm gonna make and penetrate. I'm gonna make you be a girl. Ooh, 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 ooh. Jet boy, jet girl. Jet boy, jet girl, gonna take you around the world. Jet boy, I'm gonna make and penetrate. I'm gonna make you be a girl. Ooh, 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 ooh. Jet boy, jet girl.
All right, Chad, how we doing tonight? How's everybody doing? Oh, Lordy, had some very gay pride fucking music there. That was this super chat right here.
Have you heard of Jesus?
Illustrator donated 15 bucks and said 80s gay pride 80s gaities pride mix with that wonderful fucking mix. That was lovely. Uh, oh man, it's been a long week so far. I'll be out of town starting Thursday. Somebody will be here to babysit the dog, but I got to take the old man out to. There's a big car swap meet thing out in Carlisle that he's gone to most years. Good God, for since I was a kid, like over 30 years. And I got to take him because he's getting up there in age. He needs help with shit, and he's of course stressed out about every little thing about it. He's hoping to sell some stuff there and shit, and he's some of his more unreliable buddies that he's involved in. It's gonna be a long fucking weekend. I mean, I'll probably have some fun, but like, when I used to go years ago, because it was this big on this fairgrounds like swap meet and shit. There used to be a lot more shit that like, because I'm not a car guy, but there'd be like some dudes selling toys or dudes selling old magazines and shit like that. Just a little weird Americana to look through and shit. But I mean, I ain't even got any money this time, so I can't really fucking do that. I can't fucking just bring goofy spending money, so. Plus, there's not really much of that anymore. It's just become a bunch of mostly boomer car guys. Um, Mostly dying off. I don't know what it is with the car guys, man. A lot of, like, to some extent, that hobby is dying off because nobody can fucking afford cars anymore. Um, but even to the extent there are younger car guys, I mean, Gen X, Millennial, even, like, there's such a weird age, like segregation of age among the car guys. Like more so even than in other hobbies. Like, you comic books. You get older. There's older comic book guys, and they don't like the newer shit a lot of times. But like, they're not hostile to. You know what I mean? Like, I very rarely will see like boomers at a comic con that only care about Silver Age stuff, and they'll just nothing else matters. You know what I mean? Or retro video games. Video game stuff. You very rarely see like just a strictly retro game guy that knows. I mean, it's kind of like, the nerd character does it, but it's very rare when there's someone that's into retro games and they don't know anything about modern games or they're just outright hostile to it. But like car guys, man, it's like whatever they latched onto as a teenager, and boomers in general are like this. But it's like whatever they latched onto a teenager, and it's just like that's it. Chat says millennial and Gen Z like Japanese cars. I mean, more so than the boomers, and that's. I mean, I wouldn't even say it's the majority, but more so than the boomers. At least among white people, I wouldn't say it's the majority. Yeah, the Hispanics love their fucking Honda Civics. Um, but like the boomers are like outright hostile to it. It's so weird, man. There's such a weird like segregation among ages with them. I don't know, man. It's not. I mean, my dad's a car guy, and it's still not something I really entirely understand. Like cars are great, but to me, a car is like an appliance. Like I need one. I wouldn't want to not have one. Like I wouldn't want to not have a refrigerator. You know what I mean? But I also like don't give a fuck about the like as long as it's running, it's not broken. I don't fucking care about. I don't give it any thought. It's something I need, sure, and I'm very grateful to have it. But I don't. It's not a toy. It's a fucking. It's not a fun thing. It's just something I need to exist in the modern world. You know. Like I don't know a lot of trivia about my fucking microwave. You know what I mean? Like I don't know the make and model of my microwave. Now if I need it to know, I'd look it the fuck up. But like off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you. I'm not 100% sure what year my fucking car is off the top of my head. I think it's an 18. It might be a 19. Now, granted, I've only had this car since the fall because Bambi's dad decided to suplex my fucking hood back in the fall. And, bafflingly, the insurance company fucking totaled it on me. But no, I never cared. And I never understood it. I never understood the whole fucking scene around it. But yeah, I've been helping him get ready for that shit. He's all stressed out, so he's exhausting to be around until he gets out there. And frankly, while I like those guys and all, 4 days of them is going to be a bit much. I will tell you that. I will be exhausted by the way now. Eldritch Fan sent me them Star Wars books to read, which I have not forgotten about, and I did start the Mace Windu one, but both of them are in my backpack because I will be happy to have them, amazingly enough, on these 4 days. But that also means I will not be streaming Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. I might stream tomorrow. I probably should, because I'm out here begging for money because I need fucking money. But I won't be able to Thursday, Friday. Maybe Sunday night. I'll be home by Sunday evening. I will be heading home Sunday. So I don't know. Again, I probably should. I'm begging for money. I need the money. I need money. Send money. Please, for the love of God, send money. Eldritch Fan says, sorry to hear that, Retchloff. I hope it gets better. It's not bad. It's just exhausting. Plus, I'm stressed out about it. I haven't had fucking steady work in 6 months. I've had some work, thankfully, but nothing steady, and it's not a good situation. I hope it gets better. I'll be able to start sending super chats. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Able to make any progress on your book? I have, but not as much as I should have given the time I've had. I think I'm going to take the laptop because we're going to get a hotel room. I think I'm going to take the laptop and force myself to get some writing done because that's the other thing, man. I'm going to have to force myself onto a fucking boomer early bird fucking schedule, and that's damn near the inverse of where I'm at. I've drifted so much, man. I used to be like, I was a 2-3, maybe 4 o'clock fall asleep guy in the morning, and now I'm like drifting to like 5 and 6. And I got it's a bit much even for me. When you don't have an anchor in your day, though, it's so easy to fucking drift. But I got some fucking errands I gotta run tomorrow. A little bit of job hunting and some other shit I gotta do. Get ready for the trip. So I'm gonna force myself up, like out the door by 10 a.m. Which I know that sounds like, I know people laugh at that, but it's like, motherfucker, I up till like 4. You know what I mean? Generally. But I gotta jerk my schedule back because it's gonna be early bird fucking specials for the next 4 days. That's gonna be great too. I shouldn't complain too much though. It's it matters the old man. I am happy to help him. And I do like seeing those guys. Just by the end of the 4 days, I'll be a bit exhausted. It's not that any of them are bad guys. It's not my scene. You know what I mean? It's just, you don't have any, like, you feel like you don't have anything to add. They're rambling on about stuff. You have no fucking idea what they're talking about. You know what I mean? You have nothing to fucking intelligently add to the conversation. You're just the odd man out all fucking weekend. Chat says boomers really never want to pass on anything. I mean, my dad's not bad like that, but a lot of people are. A lot of boomers are terrible with that shit. Eldritch Fan says, hope you like clips of Kevin Sorbo Christmas movies because that's what you're getting when we're chatting. Well, fine, man. Send it. Need the fucking money. Well, yeah, those Star Wars books, I'll probably be done the one by the end of the weekend, I would imagine. we got some shit to talk about this tonight. Let's see. Guess we'll talk about the more serious stories first, and we'll do some goofy shit towards the end. So, they haven't been as successful or really gotten the traction that they wanted, but sure enough, the media has been harping on all the, oh my God, look at the poor immigrant that we're throwing out. You know, and it's usually somebody that you're not even going to feel any sympathy for. It's like, oh, this person snuck in here and they've been here for 30 years and they don't speak a word of English. And it's like, yes, please, get them out of here. Chat says, has anyone ever donated to make you watch content you actually enjoy recently? No, it's never that. It's always like, here's some money to watch something that will deeply upset you. I don't know why we do that. We could just be like, hey, here's a video of Sydney Sweeting jumping on a trampoline. We could do that, something like that. But it's never that. It's all like, here, watch some fucking trad make Christianity look like a mockery. Awesome, cool. Like. Let's see.
Well, Antoinette, this story has drawn the attention and outrage of state leaders who will be addressing this latest ICE arrest here in the Commonwealth later this morning.
Okay, so this is up in Massachusetts, by the way, on WCVB, some shitty local news, ABC apparently.
Now, yesterday here in Milford, we saw hundreds of people rallying in support for the release of Marcelo Gomes.
We are going to release him. We're going to release him in his country where he belongs.
Family and friends tell us that ICE detained this 18-year-old on...
Every single person in this protest should be... I would like to see every single person in this protest deported. I don't... most of them are probably Americans. I don't care. Send them to fucking Mexico. We'll let the kids stay if you all go in this place. You fucking shitbags rooting for the death of your country.
Saturday, while he was on his way to volleyball practice, Yago Sampaio says he was in the car with Gomes when agents approached. The 17-year-old says he was not detained because he is underage.
He should have been. Is he illegal? Is he not here legally? He should have also been detained.
By the time I had turned back around and I was done talking to my eyes
You don't belong here.
agent, he was already in handcuffs and being put into the back of a car, which was devastating, but it was honestly like a wake-up call for me in that moment that there was no easy way of kind of getting out of this.
Yeah, because you don't belong here. You're not supposed to be here. Why does Massachusetts, of all places, have such a giant fucking Mexican community? It's not like it's Texas where you're right there. You had to get really far into this country.
Now, the Gomes family says Marcelo immigrated to Milford from Brazil when he was 5 years old. He was supposed to play in the high school band at graduation yesterday.
No, he wasn't, because he wasn't supposed to be here. Because he came here illegally when he's 5 years old. His parents came here illegally when he was 5 years old. And his parents got arrested and probably caught the ire of ICE because they were doing some other shit they weren't supposed to. And now they and him have to go back to fucking Brazil where they belong. He's been here since he was 5 years old. So his parents snuck in here. What is he, 17 now? Okay, so 12 fucking years ago they snuck in here. And they had 12 fucking years to get their shit straight with the system. For much of that time, it was either Obama or fucking Biden. So it was pretty easy to do it. And you just didn't do it. Because fuck you, Whitey. We're coming to your country. We're gonna fucking put our kid in your school. Eat shit. And I do feel a little bad for this kid because he may indeed be acclimated to this fucking country. Too fucking bad, buddy. Your parents broke the fucking law and you're going to pay the price. And that sadly happens a lot, by the way. If you have a kid and you act a fucking fool, odds are your kid's going to pay the fucking price. I don't know what you want me to do about that. Take it up with God, I guess. I didn't make the rules in that regard. That's just a fundamental fucking law of the universe. The sins of the father are visited on the youth. When God said that, it wasn't prescriptive, it was descriptive. It's just what is happening. Chad says, since this is Massachusetts, it wouldn't surprise me if Movie Bob was somewhere in the crowd of protesters. You're assuming Movie Bob leaves the house for anything other than to buy the latest fucking Mario game. So yeah, I want him gone. Go back to Brazil. It's where the fuck you belong. And that 17-year-old was like, I wasn't detained because I was 17. Well, you should have been detained if indeed there was a reason to detain you. Are you here illegally? Then you should have been detained. I want you to understand how fucking sick of this I am. I'm a millennial. I was born in 1983. I am 42 years old right now. And I have seen nothing but near completely uninterrupted decline in this fucking country since I came into being. There's a number of reasons for that. But a big one is that we've allowed a flood, not just under Biden, although there was a huge surge of it, but for many, even before I was born. We've allowed third worlders to flood into this fucking country. And it's driven up housing prices, and it's driven down wages, and it's deteriorated the social fabric. And I'm tired of it. I want them fucking gone. You have no idea how tired I am of it. If it was up to me, if Beckloff was king of the United States of America,
Have you heard of Jesus?
we would only send back their heads. Now, in all fairness, I imagine we only have to do that maybe a couple dozen times at most, and the rest of them get the fucking message and just get out of here on their own. But that is what we would do if it were up to me. I want them all gone, and I'm sorry that there's some kind, decent people that are caught in the fucking crossfire of this, that are caught in this mess. I'm sorry. But I'm not so sorry about that I'm going to let my country die. Go the fuck back to Brazil. If you're such a great guy, you can make Brazil great. Spice Weasel donates $10. Thank you very much for that. Greatly appreciate it. Insert Trump waving from the McDonald's drive-thru window. Exactly. Well, he was on his way to volleyball practice. That's cool, bro. I'm pretty sure they have volleyball in Brazil. Nice beaches down there, too. It should be a really nice country, by the way, Brazil. Okay? It's essentially, I mean, just if you're looking at the landscape, just the physical fucking area, it's essentially paradise on earth. Gorgeous beaches, beautiful mountains, fucking rainforest, you know? And yet Brazil's a shithole. Why is that? Well, because it's full of Brazilians. Sort of the X factor there. And if you let a bunch of Brazilians into America, America will become more like Brazil. And I don't mean in the sense of beautiful beaches and shit. Like the rainforest isn't going to start magically growing in fucking Massachusetts. That's not what's going to happen. It's going to become more like Brazil in the bad ways. I want them gone. I want every single one of them gone. I want most of the legals gone. Well, you were fine with the white Afrikaners coming here. Yeah, I was. Was it because they were white? Well, that didn't hurt. If I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. But primarily, they were genuinely fleeing actual persecution, which is what the refugee program is supposed to be for. Although I could care less about that, but I'm just stating it. They weren't just coming here because give me money. And B, they were waving American flags in gratitude. So I genuinely think that they will be speaking English, they will not be driving down wages, and they will not be eroding the social fabric of this country. So I don't have a problem with them. People from Brazil will not be speaking English generally. I would love to know how much English this kid speaks. Maybe really well. I don't know. I don't know how much his parents speak. But I want them gone. I want them all gone. I don't care if you came here from Mexico or China or India. I want you gone. You don't fucking belong here. You contribute nothing. You are a net negative. And sob stories about how this kid can play volleyball real fucking good doesn't change that. I want them all gone. And I'm far from it. And look, the longer this goes on, the uglier the solution's got to be. It's just the reality of it. Chad says Movie Bob would like to be around a bunch of teenagers. Just a joke. I don't know if he would or not. I mean, I know Movie Bob looks like a pedophile, but I don't think I know he looks like the kind of guy that hangs outside of high school, but I don't think he is. Because none of those high schoolers have seen the greatest television show ever made, the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, so he would not respect them. Chat says Trump is the moderate solution. Exactly. Sending these people home safe and sound and in one piece is the moderate solution. Because I could think of something that would be more effective and cheaper. Something that I am okay with at this point. I want them gone. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of your sob stories. Oh, me. I don't care. To quote the great vice president, I really don't care, Margaret. They gotta go. Well, Trump said he was just gonna get the illegal gang members. No. Trump said he was gonna get them first. But every last one of them's gotta go. I don't know why you didn't get that 17-year-old ICE. He's gotta go too. Is he legal here? And more shit we need to do. Why is this kid in a fucking high school if he's not an American citizen? Don't you gotta have like a social security number or some shit to enroll in a fucking school? Don't you gotta have your papers like fucking sorted to enroll in a school? Well, you should to enroll in a fucking government school. And the moment they tried to put him in school, the school should have been like, oh, you're not supposed to be here. And called the fucking authorities. Because I don't have a kid, and if I did, I wouldn't send him to public school for a myriad of fucking reasons. Because frankly, even when I was in it, it was fucking worthless. Even when public school is functioning great, even if the conservatives got complete control of the wheel, even if the right got complete control of the wheel, I hate to tell you, but public school is basically just designed to teach you to be okay with being mistreated. It's not an educational system. It's a fucking break you down to make you a good little cog system. So I wouldn't send a kid to it. At least not in the early years. For fuck's sake, in elementary school, there's nothing a fifth grader needs to fucking know that I can't at least look up. So yeah, I'd homeschool a kid. But that aside, if I did send a kid to a public school, I don't want him being in there with Juan the fucking illegal. Or Sanjay the fucking H-1B kid. Or the fucking ancestor of Sun Tzu, fresh off the boat from China. I don't want him with any of them. Some more stuff to talk about. So we pissed and moaned about the left. Let's piss and moan about the right a little. Because we're very very bipartisan here on the Back Left Podcast. Or whatever the fuck I call this anymore. So Miss Rachel is apparently some kid YouTuber. Is probably a pedophile. I don't know. I don't have any evidence for that, but I just assume. Like, just the line of work and how they're dressed, I just assume. That virtually... I have no evidence to support that. I don't... Just to be clear, so I'm not slandering. I have no evidence to support that. I just assume everyone that looks like her and does her line of work wants to diddle kids. Like, you are guilty until proven innocent in my eyes when you're doing the kind of work Miss Rachel does. But apparently she makes like baby fucking YouTube videos, I guess. Hopefully it's not like, what was the person that... What was the one that had the little teddy bear and looked like, dressed like fucking Buddy Holly and was talking about how there's 87 genders? I don't think it's that one. I think Miss Rachel is someone else. But anyways, Miss Rachel did a video where she had a little 3-year-old from Gaza with her leg blown off. Yeah, I'm having a bad week, but not that bad. And she just like hugged the kid and sang a song, and it was genuinely sad. Because again, while I don't want them here, I also don't particularly want them blown up to satisfy the fucking Talmudic demon that the Israelis worship. But there's been a massive backlash.
A staple figure for children on the screens of many family households defends her post she made about the war in Gaza. A pro-Israel organization pinned a letter to Attorney General Pam Bondi accusing Miss Rachel of being a mouthpiece for Hamas propaganda.
We can't get the Epstein files, and we're being told with a straight face that Epstein killed himself because of Israel. The modern state of Israel is the worst country in the fucking world at this point. The amount of problems that would just be ironing themselves out if that fucking nation was pushed into the sea.
Hi!
I'm not even pro-Palestinian, by the way. But, like, the Palestinians didn't have a blackmail operation of getting all of my elected officials to fuck 8-year-olds and videotape it. You know, every time they're like, I see news like where they're throwing some fucking Muslim student visa kid out of America because he badmouthed Israel. It's the epitome of being happy and sad. It's like the old joke, like your girlfriend tells you that of all your friends, you have the biggest dick. It's like, wow, I'm both happy and sad. I'm glad that some anti-American fucking Haji is being thrown out of this country because I didn't want him here in the first fucking place. But I'm not exactly thrilled on the reason why. I'm glad Harvard is being defunded because they're a communist deep state shithole. But I'm not exactly thrilled on the reason why.
Hello. Can you say mama? Rachel Griffin Accorzo is a YouTube sensation known for her educational videos teaching young children key milestones, from speaking in sign language to songs and emotions.
Shouldn't like their kid's mom be doing that? Or dad? Come on.
After weeks of silence, Miss Rachel spoke out Thursday about her post. On Instagram, she said standing up for children, especially the most vulnerable, is the right thing to do, adding that all children deserve protection from violence and access to basic needs.
So in other words, it's very anti-Semitic of her to say that you shouldn't bomb 3-year-olds. Just so we're getting the story here. She said, you shouldn't commit war crimes against 3-year-olds. And because of that, the DOJ is going to investigate her for anti-Semitism? Is that what I'm to understand?
Stop Anti-Semitism, a Jewish civil rights group, led the push for a Justice Department investigation into Miss Rachel. The group pointed to her post about children in the Gaza Strip, alleging that she is sharing content debunked or disputed by Israel. It's Posts like these, where Miss Rachel shares that her friends, the children who watch her videos in Gaza, have seen their homes reduced to rubble, and
she did some little TikTok, and I saw it shared on Twitter where it was like, she's just some little 3-year-old got her fucking leg blown off, and she's like, "Ah, sweetie," and giving the kid a hug and singing some stupid fucking Sesame Street baby song to him or whatever, and like, it's just full of fucking neocons and fucking small-head motherfuckers. Like, "Oh my, this is terrible." Like, just, you know, Joel Berry of the Babylon Bee, absolutely heartbroken to find out that child survived. Chet says a woman has SSRI, guys. Of course she did. Like, there's no way you do what she does for a living and you're not fucked in the head, by the way. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, we're not like, yay for Miss Rachel. I'm sure she's a piece of shit. But also, like, are we going to be mad at her for taking the bold stance that you should not commit war crimes against 3-year-olds? Kind of on her side on that one.
deserve to be children. They also criticize her for sharing the death toll reported by the Hamas-run ministry, a number that Israel disputes, as well as a picture of a child who suffered from cystic fibrosis, contrary to claims that it was a case of malnutrition. The organization claims that since October of last year, Miss Rachel has used her platform with millions of followers to sway public opinion, suggesting a foreign entity may be funding her sudden outreach.
Well, we wouldn't want a foreign entity funding propaganda, would we, Israel? I can't with this shit. Again, you want to talk about if I was in charge? Every quote-unquote American that works for CPAC is going to be deported to Israel. And before they're deported to Israel, all of their liquid assets are seized. You could take what you could fucking pack in a bag. Get out. We seize the money, seize the land. We're done with it. I'm so sick of babysitting and simping for one of the most bloodthirsty shitbag countries on this planet. You understand the Middle East was mostly fucking modern before the modern state of Israel? You understand there was a modern version of Islam that fucking existed prior to Israel funding fucking terrorists so they have an excuse to be terrorists themselves? You ever seen pictures of Iran in like 1970? In the 1950s or the 1960s? And it just looks like a normal fucking modern first world country. People talk about the crimes of the British Empire, and there's no greater crime than creating the modern state of Israel. That set that whole fucking region on fire. You know, again, there used to be basically a branch of Islam that wasn't stuck in the fucking 6th century. And they just all are dead now. They were just all killed. We should be on Mars right now. We should be fucking at Alpha Centauri. And we're not. Because we got to babysit a bunch of Muslims and a bunch of Jews slitting each other's throat over who gets possession of a 5,000-year-old pile of rubble. And you know what? If I had to pick a side, and I don't, thankfully, the option of just getting the fuck out of that mess is available. But if I had to pick a side, it ain't the fucking Israelis. I'm tired of pretending otherwise. You know, thank God that support for that wretched fucking shithole dies with the boomers. You understand that, yeah, the DOJ can piss and moan, Pam Bondi can piss and moan because I guess they got video of her fisting an 8-year-old at Epstein's Island too. I don't know what's going on there, but whatever, man. Point is, the tide is fucking turned. The public opinion is fucking turned, all right? And everyone sees that shithole of a country for what it is. Even in the church, even in evangelical churches, no one under 30 gives a fuck about Israel. And if they do, they're probably getting Mossad checks. All right, well, let's talk about some fun shit. Okay, no, we don't need to talk about fucking illegals destroying this country, and we don't need to talk about fucking Israel destroying the world. We could just talk about some fun shit for the rest of the chat. For the rest of the stream. Let's talk about some fun shit. Okay. So let's see. Here we are. Over on ING. Fun shit. We're going to have a Street Sharks comic over at IDW. Cool. Fucking awesome. Another iconic 90s franchise making a comeback in 2025. IGN can exclusively reveal the first details about IDW Publishing and Mattel's upcoming Street Sharks comic book. The Street Sharks is a continuation of the original animated series, which lasted 3 seasons. I didn't realize it went on that long. From 94 to 97. I remember when it first came out, and I remember quickly everyone not giving a fuck about it. Like almost immediately afterwards. The 5-issue limited series written by Stephanie Williams, Trial of the Amazons, and illustrated by Ariel Mendel, TMNT vs. Street Fighter, pretty good artist. First issue features covers, I know, alternate covers, great. So there we go. Fucking Street Sharks comic. Awesome. Cool, fun. I don't even really give much of a shit about the Street Sharks. Like, I was a little too old for that. I was like 11 or 12 when that shit came out. I think I watched an episode or two and wasn't greatly impressed. They're cool designs, though. They are cool fucking monster designs. Like, I feel like you could do cool shit with this property. So, I don't know. I'll probably check out a comic. Fuck it. It's fun. It's just a comic. It ain't like it's expensive. Fun shit. And since we're on the topic of Street Sharks, we'll watch some classic shit here. Chat says, "Stop talking about Street Sharks." A quote from Pat Bovine. I don't know that reference. They're cool monster designs, man. I know it's just blatantly a Ninja Turtles ripoff. Like, really, like, there's certain things, like, a lot of people will say that, like, any anthropomorphic animal thing was a Ninja Turtles ripoff, and that's kind of unfair. Like, you know, I don't think SWAT Cats is a Ninja Turtle ripoff. I don't think Bucky O'Hare was a Ninja Turtle ripoff, especially since in comic book form it predates the Ninja Turtles by several years. But, like, Street Sharks is very, very blatantly a Ninja Turtle ripoff. It absolutely was like somebody just watching Ninja Turtles and go, what if we did that? Yeah, but we can't just what if it were sharks? Like in the water? No. They would be street sharks. They would be fighting on the street. Eldritch Fan says, "Hey, Beckhoff, have you ever witnessed anyone? I have no idea how. I look at some modern street debates, and I know none of the evangelical arguments would have worked on me. In fact, looking at some of the smarmier evangelicals and their scripted responses, my sympathies would be with the atheists. Look, man, I mean, to this day, I'm not a fucking evangelicals, and I'm mostly theologically in line with them. Outside of the Israel worship and literal creationism, I'm basically on board with the evangelicals, at least in theology, not in politics or culture. That's for fuck sure. And yeah, they suck. Like, personally, they suck. I'm not gonna lie. Have I ever witnessed anything? I don't know, man. Like, not like going up to somebody and just being like, let me just tell you about Jesus. I don't know, man. I don't really do that. I'm not, I don't hide my faith. But I don't really know how effective it is to just fucking talk at people with it. I guess I've kind of witnessed a little bit here on this. I had somebody message me one time. It was one of the several times I had quit this channel. Because I do that sometimes. Because I'm just terrible at this. And just most things, really. And somebody messaged, and I had said something about, like, I hope this channel shows you that Christianity isn't just for pearl-clutching authoritarians. Which I legitimately would hope so. And somebody had said that those words connected with them. And people have said other things about just things I've said, just being honest about myself and my faith, have connected with people. And I'm grateful for that. But I don't know if, like, going up to people and just being like, you know, have you heard of Jesus? Like, I don't know how effective that really is. And I'm not even, like, throwing stones at people to do it. I mean, you know, if you're doing it, you're doing it. I don't know. It isn't something that would have worked on me. And I don't really know how to, you know, I don't really know how to how to talk to people other ways. Outage fan says, what got me realizing evil exists, and it seems to hate Christianity, so maybe I should look closer at it. I'll tell you what got me. For one thing, there's no small amount of evidence that Jesus Christ was a genuine historical figure who was murdered by his government and then got better. There's no small amount of evidence for that. There's a considerable amount of evidence for that, in fact. Also, like, when you really start to look into Christianity, like, most religions are bullshit somebody made up to try to control you, man. And while, yeah, Christians love to try and control people, don't get me wrong, of course they do. If I was going to make up a religion to try to control people, I would not make up Christianity. I wouldn't make up a religion that actually does say, hey, you're saved and Jesus Christ paid for your sins and you can't lose that salvation. So, you know, like, you don't have to be afraid anymore, because you want people to be afraid if you're trying to control them. And I also wouldn't I wouldn't write a New Testament where the religious leaders are basically the bad guys. I wouldn't write, I wouldn't write the book of Ecclesiastes. A book that tells you that things like honor and family and country and all those things that, you know, authoritarians tell you to worship, that those are all meaningless apart from God, that they're nothing. And that, in fact, not only are all those things you think are really important actually meaningless apart from God, but all the things you think are trivial are actually really important with God. With God, everything matters, and without God, nothing matters. It's not really a message you give somebody if you're trying to control them. Like, you're forgiven, and you can just, like, kind of fucking relax. Like, that isn't a message you tell you. If you wanted to control people, you'd tell them all the things they have to do to be saved. You have to do X, Y, and Z to be saved. You have to do X, Y, and Z, or you will go to hell. That's what you do when you want to control people. That's the thing. And that's why, like, the Catholic Church, for example, has tried to control people from its inception. You know, when Jesus said it is finished, the veil in the temple tore from top to bottom. And it's been the tireless work of the Catholic Church, and frankly, no small amount of Protestant leaders too, to try to sew that back up. So that's, again, when you really look at Christianity, again, if you were trying to make something to control people, it isn't what you'd make, you know. It doesn't feel like it was written by men. Just men, you know, in their naturalistic, like it wasn't divinely inspired. The first people that see Jesus Christ that are witnesses to his resurrection are women. I don't know if you knew this, chat, but in first century, particularly in first century Judaism, first century Jewish culture, women weren't treated with high regard. In fact, their testimony was invalid in fucking trials. Yeah, it just doesn't feel like a book that... It's certainly not a book the Jewish religious leaders of the day would have written. You know, part of why they didn't recognize the Messiah, the Jews thought he was going to come back as, like, you know, in gold and splendor and be like an invincible juggernaut that was going to go, you know, shoot eye lasers at the Romans and free them that way. Like they were looking for a fucking superhero. Like, they weren't looking for somebody that was going to save them from themselves. They didn't want that. Elder Chen says, I'm not trying to put Christianity in my book. I'm trying to let the story emerge from it. That also means writers might interpret it differently than I intend. Wait, look, man, the difference between art and propaganda is honesty. You shouldn't try to... Yeah, don't hit people over the head with a message. I mean, yeah, you should have something to say, but don't hit people over the fucking head with it. Just be honest, man. I mean, good God, I already have, like, large portions of a second book done because that's how my retarded ADD brain works. And, I mean, that book is full of, like, adultery and drug use and fucking... like, all sorts of shit. And it actually kind of has an overtly Christian message at the end. But it's just organic, you know? The first book, not so much. That's more just... coming of age love affair story, but whatever, man. Make art. Art is honest. Propaganda isn't. Okay? There's a reason why, like, people love Superman and Batman and no one gives a fuck about Bible Man or Captain Planet. Okay? Like... Anyways, let's watch some Street Sharks related material to close out the stream. Unless I get a bunch of super chats. We'll keep going if I get a bunch of super chats. Okay? Let's keep going. I should get one of them, like, super chat goals. Alright, so this was Vin Diesel in 1994. One of his earliest acting jobs, I guess. And he's at Toy Fair and he's demonstrating the new line of Street Sharks figures.
What are we looking at here?
We're looking at Boomer. This is Boomer. He's got the biggest mouth of them all.
And he also is just selling out his country. And, oh my God, he's got a Ninja Turtle troll in his mouth. Oh, I forgot they did that. They made Ninja Turtle trolls with the troll hair. But yeah, he's munching on a Ninja Turtle troll. That's cool.
The whale shark. Say hello to that round mound of pound and his power slam.
God bless him for getting that out with a straight face.
Very deadly.
Oh, look at that.
He loves to
Spring-loaded
tenderize the competition before he eats him.
They relaunched new Street Sharks figures, and they're not even like re-releases. They're like brand new and all, and they're great looking toys. I've seen them at Target. I don't give a fuck about Street Sharks that much, so I didn't. Plus, I'm right now fucking broke. But there was a part of me that almost wanted to get them just to like display one of them. Like I'd probably get the blue one because he's the main one. I don't know his name. I'm sure Vin will tell us here soon. But have him fighting the turtles. It'd be a cool display thing. But they were like $25. They were good looking figures though. They really updated them too in some ways.
Then we've got Sledge the Hammerhead. Sledge the Hammerhead loves to floor the competition with the flying headbutt. You got me?
Well, now he's dead. He just flung out part of his head, chat. I assume at this point he's dead. That's the kind of feature, honestly, even as a little kid, I would have been like, why would his face come off? That's dumb.
He's the leader of the Street Sharks. He's a great warrior. He's got the real.
Well, what's the blue guy's name? What you said he's a leader. What's the blue guy's name? I want to know the blue guy's name. He's the one I recognize. He's the one I was tempted to get at Target a few months ago.
The real sharks. Real shark.
Come on, what's his
feels.
name? Come on.
He's got the
What's his
sharks. You got me? He's the leader of the Street Sharks. He's a great warrior. He's
the great right? He's far right, is he? He listens to a lot of Jarrett Taylor, does he? He subscribed to the right stuff. Drinks a bottle of ranch dressing. Real Britney. The Hammerhead Shark has Brittany Venti energy. I wonder if Brittany Venti, if you like make her mad enough, if she can launch like her face at you as a projectile. He does have some fucking fish people eyes.
got the real shark skin.
He's the Great Right, apparently is his name. I don't think that's his name. I don't think that's the blue guy's name.
And his special power is the right hand roundhouse punch. He sends a competition to a watery grave. Boom!
Cool.
Death. I want to show you
for some reason.
Something up close and personal. I've got something here with such fantastic detail, it's going to blow you away.
I love this too. It's fantastic detail, Chad. I'm sold, man. Where can we purchase these Street Shark products?
Hand shark! Good church! Rocky Balboa action.
Okay, that was apparently the end. We also had Street Sharks puppets. We learned a lot about the Street Sharks tonight. That's fantastic. We also learned that if threatened, Brittany Venti can launch her face as a projectile. Oh my gosh. Who was the like manosphere dude she like made a fool of like a year or two ago? I can't remember. It was some manosphere dude who was feuding with her, and she was just fucking ratioing so badly. That's why it's been wearing fetish gear. Because it's jawsome. That's why. I kind of thought that too, to be honest. When I first watched it, I'm like, why does he dress like he's about to fist somebody at a sex dungeon? Rolo, it was Rolo. So Rolo was running his mouth and Brittany launched her face. I assume her face just grows back. I don't know how it works. Or does it like come back to her like Thor's hammer or Captain America's shield? Like it ricochets off of several surfaces and she catches it again, puts it back on. I don't know how that works. I bet you there's a lot of like... I bet you kids lost the head part of the shark really quickly. Because you always lost the missiles. It's such a hurry. It's like, bam, where'd it go? And it's like under the fridge to just never be seen again. Chat says Vin Diesel is bi. I was not aware of that. I can't confirm or deny that. I mean, he's in Hollywood, so he's probably got baby oiled up at a Diddy party or something. I don't know. All right. Well, I think we had a good time. We yelled at immigrants and we yelled at Israel and we learned about the Street Sharks tonight. I think this is a quality show, and you should all send me all sorts of super chats tonight. I should wake up to all sorts of super chats. That's what I think should happen. Probably not going to happen, but I hope it does. I hope and pray. If you do like the content I put out, and I don't know why you would, because it's low effort dog shit, but if you do, you can send a super chat to streamlabs.com/thebacklove, paypal.me/thebacklove, or you can check out the Amazon wish list that I'll link below. You can buy me some dumb shit that I like. That would be cool too. I would probably prefer the money, but I'll take either. Either way's fine. And that's about it for tonight. I will try to stream again Wednesday because it'll be a little while. It'll be a few days after that I won't be able to. But I will try to stream again Wednesday. And hopefully we don't have a fucking another Pride playlist to do. Although I can't complain if I'm getting the money for it. That is about it for tonight, folks. Thank you all for listening.